Hello and Namaste. My name is Gautam Mehra and today in this video I'll be talking about non-ferrous alloy introduction and introduction to the aluminium and its alloys basically which belongs to non-ferrous alloys and designation of aluminium alloys basically wrought aluminum alloys and the condition of aluminum alloys or the temper aluminum alloys how they are represents or how they are identified. So let's start with the this topic that is non-ferrous alloys. So steel is considered as a steel and iron both considered as a ferrous and ferrous alloys and apart from iron and steel other metals in the periodic table are considered as a non-ferrous metals and their alloys. So there are various non-ferrous metals and alloys which find many important applications in day-to-day life. For example, copper, lead, zinc, nickel, chromium, titanium, manganese, and many more are there. Right? But today in this video, we will be discussing about aluminium and its alloys. So basically, aluminium and its alloys can be used in different conditions. They can be used in the cast condition. Cast condition means just after solidification of the aluminium or its alloys, that is called cast product, that can be directly used for application, particular application. And it can be used in the wrought form. Wrought aluminum or aluminum alloys means worked aluminum or aluminum alloys. Worked means it has undergone plastic deformation by various mechanical working processes like rolling, forging, extrusion, and deep drawing, and many things are there. And this aluminum alloys also can be used in heat treated condition or any special heat treated condition like solution heat treated conditions. So let me give some examples. In the cast condition, like the aluminum and aluminum alloys can be do casting using sand casting method. It can be do casting through pressure die casting. It can be do casting through your gravity die casting. So after doing casting of this by these methods, it can be used for a particular applications. And next is the aluminum alloys which are wrought form. Best example is like strips, foils, the seat, and the extrusions, the forgings, the wires. These are the examples of wrought aluminum alloys. And heat treated, obviously one of the most important heat treated form is your precipitation hardening heat treatment given to 7000 series aluminum alloy for aircraft and aerospace applications and other military applications. Now, the next point is there are certain alloying elements which are added to the aluminium to improve its properties. So, what are those alloying elements? So, those alloying elements are basically copper, manganese, your silicon, magnesium, and we can add chromium, titanium, some amount of lead, we can add nickel, right? So these are the alloying elements which will improve the properties of the aluminium and which are added for a particular purpose. Now we'll discuss about the designation to the wrought aluminum alloys, how we can designate the wrought aluminum alloys. The wrought aluminum alloys are designated by Aluminium Association of America. It has been already designated by Aluminium Association of America by a 4-digit number, and each digit have a particular significance. So basically the first digit is saying that, or it is it identify the major alloying element or the principal alloying element present in the aluminium, right? And second digit shows basically if it is 0, then there is no modification. Basically if it is not 0, apart from 0 there is some modification in the specific alloy. And third and fourth digit both shows basically the specific alloy in the series or purity level in case of pure aluminum. Now, this Aluminum Association of America have designated the wrought aluminum alloys into four by with help of four-digit number, which are basically 1000 series, 2000 series, 3000 series, 4000 series, 5, 6, 7, 8, up to 9000 series. And 9000 series is unassigned yet, but up to 8000 series it is already there. So 1000 series means 1 triple X, 2000 series means 2 triple X, 3000 means 3 triple X, so on to 9. And let me discuss right now. Yeah, let me tell you important point that this designation is accepted by many countries, and also this is adopted by the International Alloy Development System, in short IADS. So this is important. The next the alloy number and the measure or principal alloying element present. Suppose the first alloy number is 1000 series, 1 triple X. So in that case, that is commercially pure aluminum. Suppose next is suppose 2000 series, that is 2 triple X. Then it is saying that copper is the major alloying element present. Then 3 triple X or 3000 series, here the manganese is the important alloying element or principal alloying element. Like 4000 series or 4 triple X, so that is basically the silicon is the principal alloying element. Similarly 5 triple X or 5000 series, here basically magnesium is the principal alloying element. Similarly, the 6000 series or 6 triple X, here both manganese and silicon are present as a major alloying element. Then 7000 series, zinc is the major alloying element. 8000, it is other alloying elements like nickel, titanium, chromium, lead, bismuth, like these are alloying elements. And as I told, 9000 series is it is unassigned. Next we'll discuss about okay fine, let me give an example. So 5183, suppose 5183 is an wrought aluminum alloy. So what is that exactly? So 5, as I told, it is belong to 5000 series. That means the major alloying element will be magnesium here, right? And second digit, which I told it represent there is modification or not in the specific alloy. So yes, it is not 0. So since 1 is there, so there is a modification in the alloy, which is belongs to this 5083 series. And last 83 represents the particular it represents it is belongs to 5000 series. The next is we'll discuss the condition or temper of aluminum alloy, how they are denoted by. So the temper aluminum alloy or the condition of aluminum alloy is denoted by specific letters, right? We use some specific letters like FOHTW, right? These are the letters, 5 letters, FOHTW. So by using this letter, we designate the condition of aluminum alloy or the temper of aluminum alloy. So F represent as fabricated condition, and O represent annealed condition. H represents it is hardened condition, or that is strain hardened conditions by cold working basically. And T represents thermally treated, that is heat treatment basically. And W represent solution heat treated. So in this way we represents the aluminum alloy or temper of aluminum alloy, their conditions basically. And you should know another important point, H and T, that is strain hardened, as I told, or T is the thermally treated. They are also represent with help of some numbers to give the specific treatment given to them. For example, H1, H2, H3. So H1 indicates only strain hardened, and H2 represents strain hardened and partially annealed, and H3 represents strain hardened and stabilized by suitable annealing. And next is H12, H14 and H18. H12 represents quarter hardened, H14 represents the half hardened, and H18 represents full hardened. So for example, let me give an example like 5052H18. What it means? Alloy 50 aluminum alloy 5052H18 means it's showing in which series it belongs, and is there any modification in the alloying element or not, and finally showing the conditions or condition or condition of the aluminum alloys. So 5 as I told, it belongs to the magnesium series, 5000 series, and 0 means there is no modification in the magnesium, and 5 to represent, as I told, it belongs to 5000 series, and H18 represents it is in hardened conditions, strain hardened conditions, right? That means it is fully hardened, strain hardened conditions. And specific heat treatment given to aluminum alloy is designated by letter T combined with other numbers. So like T, T1, T2, T3, T3X, T4, T5, T6, T7, T8, T8X, and up to T9, T10, like this. So we can represent the specific heat treatment given to an aluminum alloy with the help of T and with a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. Okay, thank you.